We are now playing.
What are we playing?
I switched it to We Are Now On.
What are we on?
Hey, hey,
La cocaína.
doing things the cool way. I want you to sing it though, Alex.
Hey, hey, doing things the cool way. Like that?
Yeah, that was nice.
Thanks.
But you gotta finish the rest of it.
Hey, hey, doing things the cool way. We only know the cool way. And we're getting
Is it cool?
Your way.
Is it cool way or cool way?
Oh, yes, doing things the cool way.
Yeah, that's
Damn
fantastic. That was nice.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, doing things the cool way.
You got like a nice little child.
Hey, hey,
It's like a childish Gambino.
doing things that's nice.
I literally just like
Five,
spamming my
four,
face. I'm spamming my own face into the
three,
stream chat.
2, 1. Bum, ba, bum. We are Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber, a movie review podcast with all your light and heavy nerd needs. Not only that, we bring you weekly recommendations to satisfy your streaming, reading, gaming, and binging needs.
Hey, that guy who just did the intro, that guy's name is Nakonsy.
He never
say my
actually
name.
says his name.
Never actually say my name.
He's just like people who don't like having things handed to them. He always has a guy who takes things that are handed for them.
Fantastic thing is, I'm going to do something different this time.
Nah, man. Well,
It's getting pretty good.
before you get into your different thing, I'm Alex. What's your name, man?
I'm Khan.
That guy's Khan over there.
Everybody knows me as Cookie or Carvey because this is my stream, boy.
Some people call me Dom sometimes because I'm surrounded by Alexes in my life. And
They don't call you Gez. That would have been so much more original.
Gez.
Because your last name is Dominguez.
I've never thought to use the last syllable of my last name.
I'm going to call you Gez.
Gez.
We're just gonna refer to you as Gez.
Yeah, so today we are going to be reviewing Reborn.
Are you sure it's not pronounced R-E born?
RE:born. And that was
Full colon, not semicolon.
yes, not the semi. Okay, full colon. And fantastic Japanese film. We finally went back to martial arts film. But before we get into that, we're going to give you guys your weekly recommendations. I know, little children, little bunnies, you've been waiting for that sweet, sweet carrot juice. And guys, we brought it for you. First, Mama Rabbit, what'd you bring for the little bunnies that are listening?
Oh, like, let me just hop onto my list right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right there. That's totally visible here.
All
I have
your-
a list of my recommendations.
These are all his notes.
that I've been
people.
working on for so long.
Just right there. Yeah, see? All that he wrote.
I've had a really strange week, and all I can say is that I'm revisiting a lot of old stuff. And so Guild Wars 2 is in a really good spot as far as MMOs go. You know, I already have talked about Elder Scrolls Online. They just had another DLC come out. It's really good. What was I going to say? And read Brandon Sanderson.
Heck yeah.
Definitely read Brando Sando. Also, I really enjoy Star Trek Next Generation, and I honestly blanked out when they released the third film in the new Star Trek stuff in 2016. It's been 2 years.
Wow.
And I'm just like, there was a third movie?
Yeah, that one kind
What?
of snuck in there. It didn't get that much hype.
It's weird because the actor who played the Polish kid, I'm not like a...
Oh, yeah.
He died.
Yeah, he got ran over
That's
by
the
his Jeep, right?
Something crazy like that. And
Dang.
it's really weird to like, I remember being like devastated about that, but I totally blanked on the movie.
Dude, I love that guy. He was a great actor, and the thing is that it was like a glitch or like a
There was a break in the Matrix.
There was a break in the Matrix, and he put his Jeep in park, and it didn't engage, and it smashed him to death.
That's crazy. I didn't know he died.
Super smashed.
Yeah, he
super
died
sad.
young. I'm pretty sure he was like 26.
Yeah, it's super tragic. R.I.P. Anton Yelkin. Well, on that depressing note, let me bring it up a little bit for you guys. My recommendation for the week is Overboard.
Did you watch that?
I went and watched Overboard. Now, guys, this is outside of my realm. Usually I'm a huge weeb and I'm bringing some kind of anime. But
that's so random.
I'm throwing it back.
It was a wife's choice to go to the movies, and she got to choose the movie this time. I put her through plenty of comic book heroes movies, and I was like, all right, baby, you get to choose this time. And we went to go watch Anna Faris,
bless
her Overboard movie. And surprisingly, I the thing about these kinds of movies is you think there's going to be a lot of cliche jokes, and you're going to be like, oh, it's going to be super lame, and it's just going to be like the same jokes that you see in every Marlon Wayans movies. And no, it was actually pretty original. The movie is about this like millionaire Mexican playboy. His name is Leonardo, and he was played by a very famous Mexican actor named Eugenio Derbez. He's getting pretty big in American films.
I want you to take a moment and not fanboy over him, but fanboy over him.
He is a good actor, man. Hey, all of his movies are freaking tearjerkers. No homo. And
faux homo.
Faux. Yes, homo. Yes, FOMO. Anyway,
faux homo. I was saying FAUX. Faux homo.
Oh, I get it. It's French. Which we all know is all homo. I'm kidding. Love you, French guys. So
our one French viewer,
the one friend, which is Jordan. Hey, Jordan. Martinez. Let me get back to the plot right quick. Millionaire playboy is like just kind of cruising around on his yacht, just got like bikini models cruising around with him, just doing his damn thing and doing their damn things. And they had to make port in Oregon, where Anna Faris's character, she's a single mom, 2 kids, working 3 jobs, trying to get into the nursing program so she can turn her life around. This guy treats her like shit. She goes there to go detail his carpets because he had champagne parties, and of course we all know how wet those can get. And anyways, he treats her like shit. The dude falls overboard, completely loses his memory, and then she tricks him, to get back at him for treating her like shit, into being her husband, and just like kind of making him cover for her, like, so that she can study for the nursing exam. So it just kind of all
from that angle, but Patty's here.
Oh, what's up, baby?
Oh, he can hear my vibrations on the mic.
It all unfolds from there, and honestly, I just enjoyed the movie. It was super dope. If you guys are looking for kind of a change of pace, go catch that movie.
Before Nakonsy gives his recommendation, I did remember something that I've been really wanting, and I've been blocking it out of my memory because I have no money. But Bloodstained is a spiritual successor to Castlevania. It's made by one of the lead developers for Castlevania. And so there is a $10 version on Steam that is a literal throwback to like Castlevania 3 and 4. New levels, new equipment, new mechanics, but it's done in the old pixelated style, and that's just to hype us up for the like hand-drawn art that we're supposed to be getting later.
Oh, sick.
So
what? This is cool. I didn't know about this.
Bloodstained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like
I'm excited for this.
now, like you didn't know about it, and there you go. So I just remembered like the because I blocked it out of my mind because I'm like $10 for the older retro looking game that's going to be really different from the other one. I wish I had $10. But yeah, that it looks really good. It looks tons like it looks great. And I know that one friend of mine is not particular on old action platformers, but is really enjoying it. So I would assume that the learning curve is pretty fair.
I love Kickstarter. Wow.
Bless Kickstarters
Nice.
sometimes. And yeah, I mean, you know, when you have the bar for Kickstarters being like anywhere from Mighty Number 9 to ridiculous board games that last 7 hours, who knows what you're gonna get?
Heck
you
yeah.
know?
No coffee for you, Alex.
Dang it.
You have to sleep.
My coffee is brewing. Yeah.
It's too late for you.
Babe.
It's almost too late for me too.
Hey,
Shit.
I am, you know what? Do you want me to make it home or not? Okay, because I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel. You know that. Once I get home, I will fall right asleep.
No coffee, Alex. No coffee.
Consy.
I watched an amazing movie the other night.
Okay.
Everything I watch is amazing. I only watch amazing things. Sometimes,
Lies.
most of the time. I watched the movie called Upgrade, which both of you need to watch it so we can review it.
So
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, before I even knew that it came out, I had heard it was being worked on by the same people who did Get Out, and in particular, that's why I was interested at all. And then Nakonsy showed us the trailer, and I was like, wait, now I have to see this movie.
So they did Get Out. They also did Purge, which I've never watched that movie.
Never had any interest in those either.
No, me neither. And then, but they also produced Happy Death Day, which was a surprisingly entertaining film. Yeah, it's basically Groundhog Day,
Murder.
but murder mystery, and it's very entertaining. You would actually enjoy it. It's not scary. You won't get scared.
Everybody knows it gets the heebie-jeebies, so...
But Upgrade, it is a very similar plot that we're used to. It takes place in the future.
Well used. Good job using that emote, by the way. Joey didn't.
Okay. Don't come home. That's hilarious.
Ouch, babe.
So, it takes place in the future where, probably it's 20 years from now. So there are already, self-driving cars, and technology is advancing continuously.
You have pet
just like right now.
drones.
Yeah, drones are everywhere.
I always wanted a pet drone.
But,
What would you name it?
Contavious. Just like my son.
oh.
That's
Close
right, baby.
Put it in
Close
the
to
bank.
Octavius.
Contavious. Yep.
Close to Octavius.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
From Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Octopus. But anyways,
Pet drones.
wife dies. They get robbed and dies. Let me restart this. God damn it. Don't interrupt me.
He got stuck on the pet drones. All right, 1 minute, go.
Okay, this movie is called Upgrade. It takes place 20 years from now, motherfuckers.
You're wasting your minute. You're wasting your minute.
I'm going past the minute. Okay. God damn it. I'm gonna start this over.
The listeners are going to be so confused. Why is he so aggressive about this movie?
This movie is aggressive. Okay.
Okay. Oh, God. All right, you got it?
Yep, got it.
How many
Got
times
it.
we gotta do this bit?
As many times as it takes.
You're right.
As long as you don't chime in. Okay. So this movie is called Upgrade. It takes place fucking 20 years into the future.
You just look at Alex and you break up. Just look at the
Just
camera.
don't look at me. But the problem is that I'm on camera.
I know. It takes place 20 years into the future, and basically he fixes cars, he soups them up and then sells them. But his wife has an expensive job that deals with like nanobots. But he ends up selling this car to one of the geniuses of the world in the nanobot industry.
Okay.
And as they're driving home, her self-driving car starts going in a different direction. And they try and voice it and tell it, stop driving, go home. And then it ends up getting into a crash and flips over. And then they crawl out trying to survive, but then these people show up and they are basically going to rob them.
Oh wow! Okay.
Without spoiling anything because they're not really robbing them. But anyways, the wife dies. Spoiled. Just kidding. It's in the trailer. And then he goes back to the guy who he sold the car to, because he ends up becoming a quadriplegic. Because he gets shot and paralyzed. So he goes back to the guy he sold the car to, who has this nanobot called STEM. And he has surgery. And he's able to communicate with the robot in his head that allows him to move through brain waves.
So he's like he's almost like a organic Iron Man because he's got Jarvis in his brain.
Pretty much. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. But anyways, the action scenes in this film are crazy.
It looks pretty hilarious.
And they're hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, if anybody's ever watched the movie Idle Hands, where his body moves by itself, really old comedy, but it's like that. So
Seth Green.
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, it just looks like his body is moving out of his control and like defending himself from like danger and people who are trying to assault him. But it looks super dope.
It's a good film.
So one thing I wanted to bring up is that this is actually a like play, like a musical. I don't remember the name right now, but they
this movie?
No, but related to it. Okay.
Is the surgery musical?
No. So the whole thing about like you like only he hears STEM. STEM is like in his STEM
in his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this musical. I don't remember the name of it right now, but they ingest like it takes place during high school, and this guy's like, oh, I want to be cool. I want to like stop being a piece of shit. And so he ingests this like drug pill that makes you really smart. Turns out it's called a squip. And basically it's an AI that influences literally all of your actions so that you can get to a certain goal. But it turns out later on that like, oh, hey, you're a part of a hive mind.
Whoa.
Interesting.
And this is a musical?
Yeah.
Really?
I have to look up the name for it.
Sounds crazy.
I want to watch that.
I only have the audio. I've only heard the audio for it, but it looks really good.
Babe, you're coming with us. You're so excited. I can see it. Well, fantastic. Do you guys have any other recommendations?
Oh yeah, this and this and
Okay.
this and this.
Let's recap it though. So okay, we got what was the game that you wanted to
Specifically Bloodstained.
Bloodstained.
It's a Castlevania-like game made by the Castlevania developer.
Awesome. I recommended Overboard, and Nakonsy recommended, what's the name of the movie again?
Upgrade,
Which
is our next review, so watch it.
Heck yeah, I look forward to that shit. And then what was the name of the musical?
It might fuck you up.
I don't know. I don't know the musical. Don't look up the musical.
It might
Don't
fuck you
worry
up
about
a
that.
little bit.
I don't want to be fucked up.
What's that movie with Natalie Portman we saw?
Annihilation?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it might fuck you up like that. Just a little bit. It is science fiction thriller. And these people don't like to make happy endings.
Oh no.
But they'll be like, what the fuck just happened? So it'll be fantastic. Patty can hold your hand.
Jordan said he's down to get fucked up, so
she needs to
we know where we're going.
More than that.
Wow. That is a theater.
I meant my shoulders and arms and my heart.
Not the way that you're looking at the camera. Because you know she's watching.
All right. So we're going to go into our movie that we watched today. And today's movie is called, like I said, Recallin' Born. Japanese, it's really not Recallin' Born. It's Reborn. It's a Japanese film about. Oh, we need to do the 1 minute plot breakdown.
Yeah.
What am I doing, guys?
You were about to go into enjoying the film.
Okay, who's gonna do it today?
You are?
Me?
So I'm just gonna start, and hopefully it's a minute, I guess.
Hopefully someone will end it. Okay. We are bringing out the clock.
Are we?
I really am doing it? Or is...
I don't know. Are we taking turns?
Get ready. Get set. Go.
So, like, what if John Wick was Japanese? All right, he is. All right, so more of the plot involves, like, hey, without spoiling anything, he's got a kid, and he has to take care of this kid. Oh, wait, now we're learning more about what's it like to be an assassin. Oh, there was a war? He's in the war? Reborn. He never dies.
Yeah, and he's really good at fighting with knives. Kind of like Aladdin. Oh man,
Aladdin again.
We came back to Aladdin, but he really is like Aladdin. He's a street rat, and he's trying to make it in the world and bury his dirtied past so that he can forge a better path for the children. And he's really good at fighting. He can dodge bullets, guys.
He's so good. He kills everybody before he can get killed. Like, that's how good he is. Isn't that how you're supposed to do it, by the way?
Do you guys like watching guys fight 70 people at the same time? Well, watch this movie.
I'm pretty sure that's a video game.
Reborn.
And Sasuke.
Reborn, guys. That's about it. Can I challenge us to do something this movie?
Okay.
Let's try and not give any spoilers out.
Okay, no spoilers for... Well, we only gave spoilers for, like, the movies that they watch in America. Yeah. So, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Just so you guys know, my wife, Patty, can also dodge bullets.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh, shit.
He doesn't really dodge bullets. He gets shot. Just kidding. He's really fast.
Basically, what it is if I was going to try and kill my wife with a gun, that's not going to work. It's going to have to be something crazier. I wouldn't want to kill you.
Crazier. Like...
lasers?
I was going to say, like, an axe. That's
No,
almost a knife, though.
She's impervious to those, too. Yeah.
So, going back to the film, the last time I saw this guy, well, the first time actually, was in the film Versus, which came out in the year 2000.
Okay.
And it was a very indie film, but had really cool choreography. And it's one of the first films that got me into Japanese films.
I feel like you showed me this film before.
You watched it, and I have it on DVD. But this guy, his name is Tak Sakaguchi, and he is now 43 years old. Can you believe that?
No, I cannot.
That's crazy.
He does not look 43.
No, this guy moves like a crazy person. But this film is his comeback film. He's back now.
He's getting back into it.
Yeah. It's like when Keanu Reeves was in Bill and Ted and then disappeared and then came back with The Matrix.
Yeah, all of a sudden he was like a kung fu master.
Wow, but this guy has always been with martial arts.
Oh, I get it. That was a John Wick reference because you talk about him in the real world.
Ah, yes. Follow us on Facebook.
Well, my impressions of the film was that audibly, I don't know if it was because it was an indie film, but the sound that they used, it was kind of like they took you into his reality of how aware he was, like just random things that he could hear, like a car pulling up and then people walking into his shop.
That was cool how they did that.
Yeah, when he was walking through the plaza, how loud the footsteps of everybody was. It just kind of gave you an idea of how aware this gent was at all times.
Well, I want to bring up that John Wick, because this is easily what most people were comparing it to on Facebook when it gets linked back to me. It was like, hey, look, this is Japanese John Wick. Look, it's crazy.
This came out in 2016. This film.
So the point that I'm getting to is that the sound direction in John Wick is also very quiet, because the whole point of it is to like emphasize that he is doing all of this crazy stuff most of the time and he's listening for these those kinds of indications. It's very video gamey on that kind of level, and the same thing happens here where it's very animated and video gamey in that like really, if I'm gonna start walking around, you're not gonna hear me.
Yeah.
But that's also because I'm barefoot. We're on carpet. Like, but he would be able to hear like thump, thump,
Yeah.
thump, and you would be able to get that reaction. And so that's another way to immerse yourself into the film is like, oh, if you can connect like video game animated like feelings and sound direction, like it really does help you. Like, oh, I hear that. He hears that. He's gonna kill the guy.
Yeah, you're in the guy's shoes.
With the sounds, they were able to make you feel even how hard the strikes were hitting.
Ooh.
For the choreography. You felt the thud, and then with the shaking of the cameras, it wasn't overdone. It was excellent. Even how he was moving quickly while he dodged stuff. It felt like if you took an anime and made a high budget American film.
Yeah.
Because if you watch like Full Metal Alchemist,
Yeah.
you can tell that they had a big budget, but you could tell that it was like in the middle. Mm-hmm. The CGI was off, and but for this film, it looked like Jackie Chan's last film.
Oh yeah, what was the name? The Foreigner,
which had a big budget, like American film.
Totally got the Foreigner vibe from that.
A lot of Japanese films, they have like the middle ground budget where it's just like it's all right.
Yeah. But Japanese folk are so good at unraveling a story. I loved how little we knew about the guy and what was actually going on.
The pacing was so cool.
That's what it was. The pacing was amazing.
Yeah, without spoiling too much about the plot in the movie, even though we butchered the minute plot breakdown, we're always having fun with that. A lot of that beginning build up, just connecting you to Saki, is really, really important.
Yeah.
Because boom, that's the whole point of the film.
So Saki was his like his niece. She called her.
It's hard to explain without spoiling too much of the story, but
for all intents and purposes, that was his niece. He was basically her guardian. She was in his care, and
there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on in the plot.
The thing about the guys you notice is that I don't know if this was intentional by the actor who played Toshiro, or the ghost, right? He didn't make any direct eye contact with anybody but his niece.
Not even. I don't think he made any eye contact with Kenji for most of the scenes.
Well, Kenji, yeah, like not really too much, but you can tell that there was like that closeness between them. But for the most part, the dude was just all instinct and all killer until he was around the people that he knew, and it just gave you such a feel of like how intense this guy's character was and how much of a killer he was. So I really enjoyed how he portrayed his character and the choreography.
Oh,
let's talk
crazy.
Let's talk about
but
that.
I do want to make one more note.
Okay.
This makes me want to go back and play Metal Gear Solid.
I never played that.
You just watch the movies on YouTube. The story is really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Dude, what, bro?
Choreography. Every single scene got better.
So we have some cool and weird interaction with the chat there.
There's nothing to complain about besides I don't like to watch Mantis style fighting.
So that's what this was, right?
No, it wasn't. No, just the very end with the slap boxing.
Oh, yes, okay.
It was more Mantis style. I don't like to watch that.
No.
But everything else besides that was fantastic.
It was definitely not a fighting style that I've ever seen used in a film. Like,
it is. You have seen it, but they
probably didn't explore it as much.
It's very subtle, brief.
It's very subtle what you've seen. In this film, they put more emphasis on everything.
Yeah, and see, that's what I guess that's what I should say. I've never seen it brought to the forefront, right? Being
like just in your face.
Being the exhibition, the main event fighting style. And But what I liked about it was that it was still very brutal. You know what I mean? Some of those shots and kills were super brutal.
Well, I
and
think
powerful.
I think that a lot of that has to do with the sound direction, though. The sound direction again really emphasizes like impact for a lot of those punches. And then another thing is that the gun work was actually really reasonable.
Yeah,
that was the thing that I was paying attention to pretty much with any modern film that involves rifles. It's like, what style of like gun work are they going to show on the film? Because people do all that special training and SWAT training and learning your angles and these very precise movements, but it was pretty much with John Wick that it became such a like big thing to have more gun fu.
They really took their time making sure that they they made it realistic, right? They made it look like they were legit SWAT, that the position of which they were holding their guns when they weren't shooting and then when they were getting ready to shoot.
Even how they traveled together.
Every detail.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, I'll say that for my what the fuck moment. But
the style that you were talking about, though, what you started to notice a lot was all joint locking.
Oh, okay.
Everything they were doing was joint locking, which is crazy. And they did a lot of it was a lot of relaxed energy. So like Tai Chi is basically, watch a Tai Chi movie now, like Tai Chi Master.
Yeah.
The same idea, which incorporates the relaxed energy, incorporates even jujitsu and aikido, all those. It is a Japanese film, so
they're going to be using those fight styles.
Yeah. But a lot of relaxed energy. It was cool. A lot of joint locks.
Oh yeah. Seriously, how creepy was he though? Like
it was like
when he was in the go mode.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, this guy is crazy. Like, this guy cannot be stopped.
I loved the stealth. I love it when he went in for a kill, especially in the woods, how he would just literally just quietly walk up behind you, just very casually, not even looking at the person who he's about to kill, and just snap his neck.
And the reason why he does that is because if you look at somebody as you're walking towards them, they can feel your intent. They can feel your gaze. Like, you ever get that feeling where
there actually is something about this.
It feels like somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
That's real.
Is that why I get goosebumps sometimes when people walk behind me?
Yeah.
Because they want to kill me?
Or Patty just wants to rub your shoulders. Right, Patty? Just kidding. Nope, because you drink coffee.
Or choke me.
You get no.
Whoa.
By the way, this is water.
Just kidding. It's water. It's water. He's not drinking coffee.
Speaking of choking, Amazing Pal had something to say there about how you're holding your pen so tightly.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I enjoy that comment.
That's nice.
It's a pretty nice comment.
That's nice.
Who is
I don't
holding
know.
his pen?
I don't know. Welcome to the internet.
You are holding your pen.
Welcome to interactive streaming.
We're
man.
gonna call you. Wait, what? We're gonna call you Pencil Daddy.
I don't know if that's me. Is that me?
Yes.
Anyways,
you're the
because
only
this
one
is
with a pen.
Apparently Myron's Jamaican daddy.
Yeah.
Don't use your Rasta.
Yeah, man.
I knew it.
Damn it.
I have the worst Jamaican accent. It always comes out Irish.
Yeah, you make Jason sad.
Oh, top of the morning to ya.
One day
Beer can,
you all will
bacon.
meet Jason. Just so you know, one day you all will meet him. He is alive. He's a real person. He is not in our brain.
I swear he's not.
Sometimes I feel that's the only place that I can visit him.
But this movie...
Should we get into our badass moments?
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you have any that you would like to talk about?
Yes, without spoiling much.
Okay, sure.
This one is actually in the trailer, and it is the part where he stabs a guy with a pen right through the guy's throat.
Ooh.
And then continues walking. But the best part about this is, and you see it in the trailer, but what's nice is they didn't spoil anything from the trailer, because this scene is actually much longer and it's in the middle of a regular crowd, but he is so subtle with all of his movements, and the guy that's trying to shoot him is using a silencer, that by the end of the scene, nobody knows what just happened.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I don't know, 20 people died. Just kidding. Only like 2.
Only 2 people.
Only
died.
2 people died. I just like to add extra zeros.
But yeah, he just rounds up.
Yep.
Like a lot. Potentially a lot of people could have died in that crowded ass plaza.
Well, also,
But he's so good that no innocent bystanders were hurt.
Nobody knew.
Yep. That's
I was
how
going
good
to
he
say
is.
that that was among one of the smaller like fantasy breakpoints for me, where I just accepted that this was going to be out of this world. Is that, trust me, a like silenced gun is not actually that quiet.
No.
That's why I was like,
but this is anime.
That's where you got pulled out of the movie.
Yeah,
I got pulled out for a second. I was
anime.
like, it's anime. I'm
super
gonna have to do it.
But also,
wonder-
it did show that everybody was distracted because they were all on their phones.
Yep, they are all doing something else.
Amazing part, once that guy that had the pen through his throat died, they were all recording it with their phones. That's when they saw everything. But other than that, they were like this.
Look, Con, I know you're about to get into your badass moment. You've been interrupted. And I want to tell you one more time.
It wasn't a badass moment.
Okay, well, I just want to make a point that I want flip phones to come back in the United States. Those are so great.
Flip phones were so fun.
You know, they are still available. They're only $30.
But they're not the cool kind like that they have in Japan.
They are though. I'll get you one. Don't worry about it.
Is that going to be a new
I'll let you-
unboxing for the stream?
Yeah, you'll have the little keychain thing. Yeah, we'll decorate
Fill out your
it.
weeb.
Can it be my neighbor Totoro?
Yes, I'll get that one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin Totoro, Patty, right? Totoro, Arthur, Toto. Anyway, what's your badass moment, Con?
Man, there's so many in the film. It's really hard to pick. I think one of my top favorite, like, just badass moment was the joint lock when after he had pulled out the super weird knife, weird curved knife. That joint lock where he just goes over and under and then hooks with the knife and just
And then ties the bunny rabbit, and then your shoe is tied.
loop-de-loop and pull. And your shoes are looking good.
That's how you tie your shoe, and then slit a throat. Oh my God. Disturbing.
Yeah.
Should I say my badass moment?
Yeah, definitely.
My badass moment was when they finally make, they're in the warehouse, right? And his like rival, right? His yang to his yin, hits the electrical bots, like he shoots it. So now we got kind of like a strobe light effect going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically luring him into the darkness so that they can kind of have their final showdown.
And we're like, no, don't go.
We're like, don't go.
That's a boss battle.
It's dark in there. You better not go.
I seen what happens in Resident Evil.
Turn the lights on.
So we have the strobe light going, and it's just showing Ghost, right? Kind of like making his decision whether or not he goes, and the light blinks, and then he's gone, Batman style. And I was like, oh shit, this is about to get epic. And then of course it's the badass, rival fight scene. That's also great, but I just really enjoyed that part.
That was another badass. So I think most of my badass moments that I've kept listed are just basically like things that I see in John Wick or or things that I see happening like with military training being shot on film in a specific way. So the strobe lights, you guys heard me during the film. I was like, that scene is in Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah.
And I was just sitting there like, I want to rewatch this scene. This is a lot of flashing. Am I having a seizure? I hope I'm not.
Actually, we did have to stop the movie because Khan was having a seizure. So that was scary. That was scary.
Yeah, I did pee myself.
We all almost did, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a different pee break, but this one was
that
when he was having his stroke. For my rating, I would like to give this movie... Ooh, this one's tough. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Acceptable. Easily recommendable.
High, yeah, exactly. Easily recommendable.
High
7. I'll drink a high C and then give it a high 7. What are you guys?
I will go with a high 8.
Okay, that's fair.
It could have been a 9 if there was a little more explanation for the plot. I felt like there was a little bit of a plot hole, but the plot that I did get was really fun. The story was really great, and I enjoyed the movie.
It was definitely a video game plot.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the intro where they were setting up the story with the book and the girl.
Oh yeah,
but that and the quotes that they were using from this book were really deep quotes. It was a good setup to the rest of the film. And then, of course, once the rest of the film started, it was just
Bloodbath.
very little story and then all action, which is what we wanted. This is what we expected from this film.
sure, 100%.
It was funny because I was counting all the action scenes, and the way I count them is once it starts, I don't count the ending of that battle to be the ending of the whole fight scene. I only count it if it goes into like more story.
Got it.
So the last battle, which was number 7, was pretty much like, I don't know, half the movie, 40 minutes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Was it when they were storming the woods?
Yeah, once they hit the woods and then went from all, it was, yeah. It was like, yeah, it was amazing. I liked it.
Shout out to that 2-man cell, man. They were,
Oh, man.
they were the backbone.
I'm not gonna lie,
of
I've
that.
completely forgotten the other guy's name. I think it was Matsuda.
Matsuda.
But
I remember Max.
Max,
Yeah,
because
Max,
he spoke
that
good
was-
English. It was Spanglish.
That was weird.
It was
but
Japanglish.
all right, we'll take it. It
Yeah.
was weird until you started talking in Spanish and then started talking in English at the same time. I was like, shit, Alex does that all the time. I guess it's not really that weird.
It's not that weird, but it was weird to me. It was really like,
I'm like-
so the dude was speaking
Japanese, and then he would just
Japan-
throw out a couple English words randomly.
Yeah.
I came up with the word Japanglish.
I just said
Yeah,
it
like
5 seconds
Spanglish.
ago.
Did you really? Yeah. Stop it. I thought I came up with an original idea. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it was definitely different. But yeah, Max was badass.
I think my favorite action scenes were actually before the woods. They were in the city. He had some cool fight scenes when he was in the market.
Oh,
How he set everything up. He did everything so subtle, and he was just like, this guy is like a fighting god. He was just like making my noodles.
Speaking of the noodles,
Getting
can we get to
some
them
chopsticks.
Can we get to our listing of some what the fuck moments?
fuck yeah! Let's get to those.
All right,
Yes.
I'm just gonna say the one that's on everybody's table is he could have gotten literally just AIDS from he like stabbed the guy,
Bloody udon.
and then he was just like,
no
oh, let
one
me
wants
just
bloody
wipe
udons. Best
this
part is
clean, and
nobody
then,
knows what we're talking about. That's fantastic.
We were
Yeah.
all just watching it, like, no, don't do it. Don't. Oh, he did it. Is that that's not really a spoiler to the story?
I don't think it was a
Did
spoiler, no.
Jordan, did you watch the movie?
We'll wait for the for that response.
Just wait.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Speaking of this is some classic interneting. This is why posting to a lot of places is just part of the downside. It's beautiful,
Interesting.
and I hope I can make a new friend. But at the same time, it's like,
The internet is fantastic.
you get 3 chances, and the band.
Oh, he
hammer is
couldn't
easy.
find it. Okay, so this film was actually released. Sorry, guys, in the UK.
Okay.
In March of this year. In Japan, it was released just in 2016.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like that was
Yeah,
like at the end of
so-
2016, though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, somewhere in there. It was at the end of 2016. It just takes forever for companies to figure out if they want to spend the distribution money on getting the rights and then releasing it everywhere else. But Europe always does it faster than America.
Oh, for sure they do.
Because they have, there's more Asian people over there.
So what does that have to do with bloody chopsticks?
Oh no, that was just a long.
Oh,
bit
that was just for
yeah.
Jordan
okay.
because he couldn't find the movie.
Got it.
But it'll be out. It's gonna be from Eureka Entertainment,
Fantastic.
and it's already out. But I was trying to buy it, but I couldn't buy it.
Can I get into my what the fuck moment real
Yeah.
quick?
Well, I just chose the one for all of us that we were thinking about.
Oh, do you have one of your own?
I have a very specific one, which was I loved it, but it was still a big what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Was when he fought Casper, he was like, "No, I literally overpower you. There is nothing you can do."
Fantastic.
That was like such a small fight scene
I
at
was
the end of all of it,
expecting more.
and then he's just like, "No, children shouldn't be in war." Pa, 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 pa. Like, damn.
It was dope. Mine was in the this one is the one that took me out of the movie, was when he was in the psychologist office, and she's just like talking about death, like, and she's just like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to shoot you with a gun. Woman, you're dealing with somebody with PTSD.
Yeah, bad idea.
And you're gonna point an imaginary gun at his forehead because it sounds fun. And then literally the dude did exactly what you would expect a PTSD motherfucker to do. Freaking zonk out on her and like get within mere inches of killing her.
Please, this is a foreign film. Centimeters.
You're right. Centimeters. So that was a what the fuck moment for me. It was kind of funny. But yeah, for sure get a new psychologist. I don't think she's helping you. So anyway. Conti, you have a what the fuck moment for us?
I saw.
Yeah, but it would spoil it.
Ooh.
People die. Death is everywhere. You'll be like, oh, what?
Changes.
That's weird. Damn it. All right, on to the next one.
Any other what the fuck moments or final thoughts you guys want to give on the movie?
You see the movie. It's beautiful.
It's a
the
badass
sound
film.
direction is amazing.
Cinematography?
There wasn't really a soundtrack, but the sound direction is all you need. Like, there was just so much extra emphasis on, like, how many people can you hear walking? How, like, do you hear anything in the store?
Just a great lead. What was his name again?
What is this? Sock.
The lead was Ghost, and the name
Tak Sakaguchi.
Tak Sakaguchi, and
He also did the screenplay.
just so nice to watch a Japanese film. If you're already an anime fan, it's just so nice to hear that familiar language, and great plot. Go check it out.
Oh, he was also in Shinobi. Heart Under.
We haven't
Hasn't
watched
really
that.
came out from 2005.
Yeah,
We're just
I have
gonna
all
go.
these.
We're gonna go looking for a list of these.
Ooh,
Like,
and he was also in Azumi, which is a very good samurai film as well.
Oh, we have so many films to bring you guys. We're so excited. But that, for now, brings us, sadly, to the end of our podcast.
well, if we didn't talk about it, hey there, Sock. If we didn't talk about it earlier, which usually we close the podcast with it, so go ahead and follow us here at twitch.tv Cookie Ninja Carve. This is my regular streaming channel, and I'll be playing like Guild Wars 2, a bunch of like some MMOs, Heroes of the Storm, whatever I have time for, really, some Overwatch, Fortnite. Meow.
And then and then Sock is usually a normal.
Yeah, Sock is regular on here.
A regular, yep.
We've if you scroll down a little bit to the Twitch panels, I've got our Facebook link, our Spotify link, our blog that Nakonsy didn't actually talk about earlier.
I've been working a lot this week.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chance to read. And the Instagram is there as well. I'm also a Patreon, or I also have a Patreon button. If you want to help support us, that will also help directly support the podcast.
That's going to get us some mic arms, guys. Guys, my back hurts. And
I'm the only one using the mic arm, and our other mic arm is unfortunately also holding our camera, so we can't do too much there.
It's also our tripod. But for those of you guys who are just listening to the podcast on Spotify and Stitcher and YouTube, you guys can follow us on Instagram at HSTSC33, on Facebook, Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber, and shoot us an email, any movie suggestions you guys want to give us, hstsc33@gmail.com. And I think that's it. Do we have anything else that we want to plug, guys?
No, that's fantastic.
No, I plugged the Patreon, I plugged the stream.
Go watch Upgrade.
Go watch
Upgrade, and stop by for the next stream.
Heck yeah.
Should be next weekend.
All right, y'all. We are Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chambers. We're out.